Good evening, folks, and welcome to the War Party Paranormal Radio Show, where we will discuss all things paranormal. Hear firsthand eyewitness accounts from fellow team members and special guests. Now, for lead investigator and your host, Eric Vanderlaan, and co-host, Michael Delcoro.
What is up, everybody? How's everything going, my paranormal peeps? Happy Monday, and welcome to our show. We got another good one for you. We're going to be talking about Savannah, Georgia, and I never investigated the place. I've been there a few times. The closest thing I did was like one of those ghost walks, but that was a while back ago. But we're going to have Mike, who's been there, and our host, and he's going to talk a lot about it. But I'm Eric. I'm your host for the War Party Paranormal Radio Show and team leader for War Party Paranormal. And over there, I got...
My name is Mike Delcoro. I am a case manager, investigator, and tech specialist with War Party Paranormal. And we got a really cool show for you guys tonight. And I'm not going to take credit for it. I went there one time and investigated. We got Joe with us tonight. And he loves the place. He's been there a heaps amount of time. He is like literally can go start as a tour guide there tomorrow if you wanted to. So Joe is super knowledgeable about this, and I'm gonna pop him up here and we'll get started kind of talking about some
like
of the
a
stuff.
Historian, right?
He really is, man. I'll give him credit for this for sure.
They say like Savannah is probably one of or the most haunted cities in the U.S. It's right up there with New Orleans and St. Augustine. And
I was actually really impressed by the location because I thought it was going to be like a St. Augustine style kind of place, but it's actually, there's a lot of history there, that's for sure. Yeah. But it was actually very nice and well kept and beautiful.
Very nice place.
It was an awesome place to visit for sure.
They got those little parks, like those little squares. Pretty cool.
Yep. Yeah, they have a bunch of the different.
Tell you the
squares.
truth, the only time I've been there was I was like partying in college.
Yeah, it's a good spot.
I didn't care about all that.
And we also got Franny from Supernatural Eye, which is also a team member of ours, and she's investigated there. Actually, the same location that Joe and I investigated, the Sorrel Weed House, and we never really got to talk about it much. So this is going to be pretty interesting to see.
That'll be our main focus tonight, the Sorrel Weed House. Got a lot of evidence to show you. So buckle your seatbelts.
Buckle up.
So yeah, we won't waste any time, and I'll just run the intro right here. Right here. And here we go. I just got to say one thing. Dude, you're bringing your A game on all these videos. They're pretty damn good.
Thanks, man.
That's all I gotta say.
Appreciate it. That was a
What's
little
up,
mixture of everybody's photos and
Yeah,
Joe's
it was
photos
really
and some of
good.
Franny stuff, and we just kind of mushed it all together.
Shout out to people in the chat.
Yeah, thank you guys, everybody.
Happy late birthday to Scotty.
Yeah, hey Scotty, happy birthday.
She was at the Gettysburg Bash.
Hey Cassie, Lonnie, Catherine, how are we doing, everybody? Thanks for joining.
Don't worry, Scotty. We're not going to sing happy birthday because that might like scare some people out of the chat.
We should do it. No. Right. All right, cool. So let's bring our guests in, our team members.
All right, let's go. Ladies first.
Hello.
Hey Franny, how we doing?
Good. Where yourself?
Good to see you.
Good. Likewise.
Now we got the one and only El Puma.
Yeah, with the grand entrance.
What's up? What's up?
What's up, brother man?
How we guys
How's
doing?
it going?
Oh,
so we're going to talk about a cool place, right?
Another Monday. Yeah, we're going to talk about this place right here, right behind me, amongst other places throughout this super spooky, awesome friggin' town. So I love this place.
So, Joe, I actually just heard something recently that I don't know if you heard about it or not, but like, I guess, the square, Calhoun Square, when we were at, that was supposedly built over the top of a cemetery where there was a lot of enslaved people there, and they just kind of built over the top of it. Supposedly, like recently, a tree was uprooted from something, and there was actually bones in the roots.
Yes. So like Calhoun Square, like Mike was saying, was is that
close to the cemetery?
No, this is towards. It's a little bit closer to Forsyth Park on the southwestern side of town. And it's one of the squares that are right before Forsyth Park, which is like the big, beautiful park everybody sees the pictures of Savannah with that fountain. That's where Forsyth Park is. This is a couple blocks down the street, and Calhoun Square originally was a slave cemetery for the enslaved people, and not just where the square is itself, that whole surrounding area all around it. So there are several buildings around the square that are very haunted. There's a church across the street. I forget the name of it. Has a lot of reported hauntings. The Massey School, which was the first.
Is there one square where they had hangings or maybe like slave trading?
Yes,
like that's that, or both.
Right. That's Wright Square. That's closer to the downtown area.
Okay.
But with Calhoun Square, is also the site where 432 Abercorn Street is. It's allegedly the most haunted house in Savannah. It's a private residence. So, ghost tours just go and do a walk by, have people take, a bunch of pictures. And sometimes
I was one of those.
Yeah, we were a couple of those.
And people, you got to remember, like, if you're not familiar with the South, like especially Savannah, this dates back to the Revolutionary War times, so it's old.
This was the original colonization of the United States.
Yeah.
Even before that, I mean, I think Savannah was 1733. It was founded, if I'm not mistaken.
Now, Joe, do me a favor. Tell us the name of the colonizer, the main fella that came over.
His name was James Oglethorpe.
And the reason that I ask you to bring that up is because I have a clip.
Yep, I know what's coming.
And it kind of segues right into that clip. Eric, I know you kind of put some stuff in order, but I know we were kind of went this route. So I'm gonna throw this up there real quick.
Throw it.
What's up? This is Joe.
And this is Mike with War Party Paranormal. We're here in Savannah, Georgia. I'm gonna let Joe tell you where we're at because he knows the area better than I do.
So we are on Calhoun Square, in front of 432 Abercorn Street. It's allegedly the most haunted house in Savannah. This square here, story is that this was allegedly a mass burial for slaves who worked in Savannah proper. So we came out here trying to see if we can make any connection And we got a pretty killer EVP a few minutes ago, so we're going to play that for you.
Georgia, baby.
Georgia.
I think we were doing that like the entire weekend. We were there.
Georgia.
We'd be like, this place is haunted. Georgia.
Was that your SC25 recorder?
It just sticks.
That was actually from the DR.
Oh, really?
It's not the DR.
And I ripped it onto the computer so you could see a spectrum analyzation of it. So it's very quick. It's a few seconds. I'm going to throw that up since it's fresh in everybody's mind.
But can you come over and talk clearly into this recorder so we can hear you? Did you work here on one of the plantations?
Yeah, that's pretty clear.
Yeah.
It's really good.
And like I was saying though, like that whole square, it's not just that square right there. It's the houses that were built on top of it. You were saying Savannah is possibly one of the most haunted. In my opinion, this is the most haunted city in the country. It's a necropolis. Everything is built on the bones of this city. So it's amazing.
Yeah, that's really cool. And not only that you investigated there, like you guys like went around in your scooters. You got to tell everyone about that.
Yeah, I didn't upload any
get
pictures
hurt.
of that because that's embarrassing.
So cool.
In the beginning of the intro, I had to speed it up because it was like really like we were going like snails.
You guys should have gotten a clip of you guys riding around.
Right.
I did.
There are
Right,
videos.
dirty.
There
How
are
come we don't have one of those? What's going on
We're in
here?
the archives.
Yeah. Top secret archives.
Popping wheelies in the streets,
Yeah,
Savannah.
no, there was no wheelies.
So,
It was-
Mike, that was your first time there. Joe, how many times have you been there?
5 times.
Okay.
Yeah, about 5 times now. And it's funny because it's not a very big town. Like Savannah is very much a walking town.
Yeah.
You could get from one
You
side
walk.
to the
Yeah.
other side in 15 minutes and back, top to bottom. So you could definitely go and just walk. But every time I go, we find something like brand new that I haven't seen before, or I finally get to do something I wanted to do from like the previous times.
Mm-hmm.
And
There's
it was-
so many different locations there.
yeah, it's insane.
Oh,
I
it's
mean,
it's
You got the
nuts.
brewery. You got
Yeah,
that,
Moon River
pirate
Brewery.
restaurant where pirates used to hide out.
We went
the
there.
Pirate House. We ate lunch there, and
The manager showed me a picture of an apparition of a boy sitting on the stairs in the restaurant, and it was like the manager. I was like, hey, we investigate the paranormal. Is there any way I can go down in the because they have an
Basement.
underground tunnel.
Mhm.
That's where they used to like offload and hide stuff or whatever.
and allegedly Shanghai people.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
It
Yeah.
was, yeah.
So I
That's
was
one
like,
of the main stories.
we were eating lunch, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll be back, guys." And we was like, where are you going? And I was like, I found the manager. I'm like, is there any way I can go down there? And just like, she was like, no, you got to pay for a tour. It's locked. Like, so I took a few pictures and we walked around and whatever, but it was cool. Yeah, no, for sure.
Another cool thing about that restaurant too is built into the restaurant is actually the oldest house in Savannah. Like you're
It's right down the
literally
river, right?
it's just off the river about a block, because the river there's basically a big cliff. And then once you're up on Bay Street, the Pirate's House restaurant is right there on the east side of town. And I forgot the name of that house, Mike. I don't know if you remember, but it's literally built into the restaurant that is the Pirate House right now.
It was in the trailer. I showed
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Remember, it said the oldest
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
Thank you, El Capitan, for the shout out.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you.
So,
Franny, when you were there, did you check out any of the other locations or walk around or sightsee or see any of the other spots? Did you go by any of the squares or anything like that?
Definitely checked out the Pirate's House. And funny thing that when we went there for lunch, I asked around the bartenders there, just kind of, hey, is this place haunted? Like, let me know the scoop. And they denied it. They're just like, no, people say that, but it's not haunted at all. I'm just like, ew, bummer. So it's just kind of like I didn't get that reaction. I wish I could have.
Yeah, I asked the waitress
yeah.
too. She's like, I just started here. I don't know.
Yeah, I was like, bummer. I'm like, whatever. But definitely at the time, I was the only one that was into the paranormal and like the creepy stuff. Like, had to like drag my group to come with me and whatnot. But they went for like my birthday weekend. And what else did we do other than the Sorrel Weed House? I think we did like those like pub crawl tours the next day just to celebrate. So we got like the different locations that you hop around the different bars and drink, and then also you got to like just scope around the city of Savannah. But what are those like underground like tunnels? I forgot what they're called, but like there's a lot of like
By Factors Walk.
yes, we checked that out. I got like a really weird, not that I capture anything there, but like I got like a weird sensation, like I don't know, it's like some heaviness, like the whole city itself. Yeah, it's
that place
built that
blew me
way.
away, just like the history of it. Like,
Yeah,
you know, I'm from Florida, right? We all are, I think.
right.
Well, and you know, just going over to Factors Walk, like Joe, and having Joe with me as being a good personal friend and a teammate, but it was like having my own personal tour guide, which was really awesome. Like, you know, because I'm like, Joe, what is that? And he's like, oh, you know, this is where they, you know, and they have the old cotton exchange there still, and you know, and it has like the big Mason symbol on it and everything.
It's a Masonic temple.
Yeah, it's a Masonic temple, and that's
how come all Masonic temples look so cool?
And just the way you walk down, like I almost busted my butt. The stairs there are original, you know, from the 1700s, and they were built out of leftover blocks from ballast from when the ships came over. Yeah, and they are steep, man. They're like this wide and straight down, and you could totally eat it going down those things. But yeah, just going over there and walking down through the area behind, and there's all these old speakeasies and everything. It's really a cool spot, that's for sure. And the evidence that we got at the Sorrel Weed House was amazing.
So Franny, how many times have you been there? Was that your first time there?
That was my first time.
Okay.
Yeah, only once. But I went as a little girl, and I remember as a little kid picking up like just the sensation of Savannah itself. Like I always knew it was like creepy, you know, like even as a kid I picked up on that, but I've always wanted to go back and check it out now that I'm into like the paranormal and everything else. But that was my first time. All
right. So I guess most of our stuff will be focused on the Sorrel Weed House. I'm gonna let Franny talk a little bit about it, and then we're gonna show one of her clips, and she'll can you tell me about like your experience when you first got there? I know you were with some friends.
Right.
What did you experience? Because I know you're a little bit sensitive too.
Definitely. No, I was very hyped. And when I arrived at the location, you can definitely like, I don't know, like just sense that there's something there, like a presence there, like a, you know, a sensation of heaviness. Not anything dark or menacing, but just something that's there. And definitely just hear so much about the reputation. You do your history, do your research. So you're like, oh my God, this is the Sorrel Weed House. You know, you hear so much about it. Definitely the group I was with were very scared. At first they're like, yeah, whatever, we'll just do this. This girl's so annoying with her ghost stuff, but we'll just do it for her birthday. But when they showed up, it was like a different game changer. Like everybody's like game face, everybody's like scared. So you could tell like I was kind of taking the lead, and it was cool because they separated us in like different groups. So we had like our own like little group going. So nobody kind of like came with us, which is a good thing. But we definitely got some really good evidence and capture. So I'm not going to say too much.
Yeah, real quick, guys. So you guys know the history. I'm going to start, and I'll let Joe pick up a little bit too. But just the cliff notes. I'm going to keep it short. But so you guys know the history of this home. Basically, to make a long story short, it was a high-end family. It was a mansion, Mr. and Mrs. Sorrel, and they the husband got caught in the carriage house sleeping with his favorite slave, and that didn't go over well. Obviously, the wife stormed back to the house, and something led to another, and she fell out of the window. Is that what it is, Joe?
Well, it depends on who you ask the story. There's a lot of
different stories.
There's a lot of different stories. One of the stories is that she jumped out of the window on the third floor, broke her neck, and died. There's another story that she may have been pushed by Molly, the slave girl. There's another story that she didn't die at all in the house and actually died in the building next door, which was also owned by the Sorrels after jumping out of the window there. So, it's one
And
of
then I
the,
think there was also a story that he possibly did it. The
Well,
husband.
there's some
was-
scandalous things going
Right.
on there, right?
oh, this whole family was just full of
Scandalous.
scandal, like
Yeah.
period. Like he was Francis Sorrel was actually Haitian. He was like a light-skinned Haitian, and he passed for a white man. So he actually became very prominent in I believe it was the cotton business in Savannah. So it was very scandalous first and foremost for a black man at that time to be a prominent business owner, yet alone like high society type, at that time. And then especially when you have like the story of that we all know, as far as with Molly and I don't know if you finished up that part of the story.
Well, yeah, no. Molly was the name of the enslaved person that he was sleeping with the owner, and didn't she hang herself after all this? Because supposedly, the husband finds out, the wife possibly killed herself, and then she hung herself in the carriage house.
Again, that's one of those mysteries that it depends on who's telling the story. One of the stories is that she hanged herself. Another one is that Francis Sorrel had some goons come in and have her hanged. And other that he did it himself.
But she was killed by hanging. By being
inside,
hanged.
right?
She was
Inside the
found,
carriage
yeah.
house. Yeah,
And
she
if he was
found.
Haitian, what's the possibility of like some black magic stuff going on there?
Maybe. I mean, I definitely
Right.
know that she like hung from one of like the beams inside her bedroom, because she had like the special bedroom in like the carriage house.
Yeah,
But
I mean, it was like kind of blatantly obvious that he was sleeping with her, right? Because
Yeah.
you go in the carriage house, there was 15 enslaved people living there
Right.
in this tiny little house that's 2 stories, and Molly had her own bedroom, and everybody else slept in bunk beds.
Right.
she was getting like
but-
the special treatment. Yeah.
So, kind of keeping things back on the rails here, because we were going to show a clip here, and you were saying that your friends were like a little startled and everything being in this home, and then so I'll just like kind of play it, and then you can kind of tell us what happened.
Sure.
Or Eric, do you want to hit it because you kind of you knew which one you had queued up?
All right, I'll hit it real good.
Hit it real.
Hello, welcome to Savannah, Georgia. We're here in the #1 most haunted city claimed to be in the United States. We are here to investigate the Sorrel Weed House.
There are more than one woman in the street, and you need to like stop. What happened? Oh man, Joe. What happened? What happened? I heard a story. What did you hear? It's okay, what did you hear? What happened to you? What happened to you? You okay? Okay, what happened to you? Like a knock, not a knock. Yeah, what are you moving? Were you guys trying to show us that you're here?
As much as that piano is very tempting to play, please do not. It is an 1860s piano. It's really old. However, just because you don't play it doesn't mean that you will not hear it. Because it's played by itself before. So you can see it made.
Can you play the piano for me? Oh my God! Did you do that? Please play the piano for me. You play the piano piece. You hear the piece? Yeah. Yeah, I did. Can I hear that again? Can you play the piano again?
JP
She
said
was
he
like,
thought he
"Oh
seen
hells
something.
no!"
I thought I saw something too.
What?
I don't know if it was lens flare, but
Yeah.
when she jumped and then the camera on the right hand side, there like a white blob. It
Let's-
caught the corner of my eye.
Let's play
Yeah.
the beginning again. Let's look at that. All right.
And did you guys hear the piano going off? That was nuts.
Yeah, that was cool. That was the spirit box, right?
Right. That's off the spirit box. That was probably my best capture that night. That was really a big highlight of my night when that piano note hit. I was like right on key. I'm like, oh my God. So I sound like such a nerd. So excuse me, but
No, that was cool. That
it was
crazy.
cool. Yeah, it was really
Yeah,
cool.
that's really cool.
So-
Thank you.
we'll play the beginning again to see.
I think he saw the same thing I did in the chat. I see, but
All right,
yeah,
here we
look
go.
on the upper right hand. I mean, the lower right hand corner of the screen.
Lower right hand
Okay.
corner.
Hello, welcome to Savannah, Georgia. We're here in the #1 most haunted city claimed to be in the United States. We are here to investigate the Sorrel Weed House.
There are more than one woman in the street and you make the right stop. What happened? Oh man, Joe. What happened? What happened? I heard a story. What did you hear? It's okay, what did you hear? What happened to you? What happened to you? You okay? Okay, what happened? Like a knock, not a knock. Yeah. What are you doing? Were you guys trying to show us that you're here?
As much as that piano is
Yeah,
Are
I
you
think
talking about that orb?
it caught the corner of my eye.
No.
I did. I think it might have been dust or a bug or
That's what I was
something,
thinking too. Yeah.
But I did see
There's a lot
something
of
else,
that.
and I'll look at it afterwards.
Well, like in her videos, there were quite a few like dust
Yeah.
particles floating around. You could see.
Yeah, I
Had
think
to
that
analyze
was.
that,
It
too.
caught
Yeah.
the corner of my eye, but
Yeah.
I think I saw something else that I want to look at too. I'm going to review it after the show.
Okay. No, let me know because I just thought that was dust. Like honestly, like
No,
almost
that
like,
that was, but
Yeah,
I actually
okay.
saw something move under the pool table that time.
oh.
So, what
Ooh.
room was that, and what's the story behind the piano?
The piano was just like one of those like social settings. Was that the men's room or the women's? Because I know there's like a women's section and there was like a men's section. Joe, you
Oh, I
inform me
couldn't
most
tell.
because you do your research on this. But I know that it was just like one of those entertainment, like back in the days, like that's what people used to do, I guess. You know, like to hear music, they used to play the piano or any type of instrument. So
Yeah, it was like
just,
a party room.
Yeah, it's like a social gathering, like a social room. So I guess it just doesn't play anymore. I mean, obviously it's very old from back in its day, and it's like you said, it's really rare that you hear it play. So I guess I just had that luck that off the spirit box, like on cue, it was kind enough to play a little note for me. So that was really exciting. I was really thrilled when that happened. Yeah, as you can see.
Yeah, that was freaking awesome.
Yeah, that was really cool. Yeah.
All right. Well, we have another one, and this was on the stairwell. It was like a big, like grand stairs, I guess.
Yeah, this is like when you go to the second floor, the third floor is closed off, and they have the big main. Actually, it's not the second floor; it's the first floor because I came up from the basement, so it's
Right.
the first floor, and the main entrance looks directly into this main grand staircase that goes up into the second floor that's closed off.
Is this from when we were there?
No,
No.
for Franny.
Oh, okay,
Franny,
gotcha,
this is the one
gotcha.
with the EDI on the stairs. You want to
Gotcha.
set the scene for that one?
Franny.
Sorry, what was that? Yeah.
No, the EDI on the stairs. You want to tell
Mhm.
everyone like
Oh
what's
yeah.
going on here?
No, definitely. So this
Play
was
it.
before the investigation. The guy that was running the event, he was just giving us like a tour. So that's usually what they do before, like they kind of split you and you get like what half an hour in each like room or whatever you rotate. So he was just kind of giving us like a little intro and like an orientation of the place and kind of talk, briefly about the history. So we were going, we're talking about the stairwell, how sometimes they see Matilda. Was that her name? Matilda?
Matilda Sorrel.
Yeah, Sorrel. Yeah, that they saw her like down the stairs. Sometimes you can see like an image of her. So they're talking about that, and then we're going to like Mr. Sorrel's office, Francis Sorrel's office. And then at that time, as we're all walking, and at first I didn't think anything of it. And luckily, I reviewed this footage back when I released Supernatural. I had the season finale. I saw the EDI or the geophone actually going off, and you can see like the little lights going off. And I thought it was just like maybe the movement of us like walking to the other room, but it actually happens right after the last person, which is my sister's fiance, Nino, walked into the office. That you could see like shortly after he literally everybody was in that office that GFO went off. In other words,
So while we're talking about that, just real quick, and then I'll let you roll. Did you guys capture any evidence or see anything going on in the office or the study?
no.
Okay.
During my time, no.
Okay.
Well, the one thing I was going to ask you, I thought you had a clip of a stairwell with your tripwire. Did that go off?
Yeah.
Mike?
Yes.
And that's the same location?
I'll play that right after.
That's cool. Okay.
All right, cool. Let's let this one roll. I was just showing a little comparison there where where you can get an idea where the EM light sensor is on the device. But that doesn't go off easily. It takes a lot to get that thing going. Your cell phone won't get that go off. I mean, you could, but you have to force it.
And what's interesting too is, I mean, you can't tell by that video, but you were saying that everybody was walking into Francis Sorrel's office at that point when that was going off in the staircase. The staircase is a good 15, 20 feet away from the entrance to Sorrel's office. So just by that, I know that there was nobody anywhere near where that was sitting on the stairs. So that's another like really good capture.
Just looking at the footage, you can see that like it looks so close. Like you wouldn't, if you weren't there, you wouldn't understand like how the setup is. And I think that's a really good point that you pointed out because it looks close on footage. In other words, but it's really far away when we're on the office.
When you see this video I'm about to play, you could tell in the context it's the same spot. My camera's in the same spot Franny's camera was. I had the tripwire. This is the first time the tripwire's ever been used in this house, and I laid the tripwire down that corridor going towards the stairs. And what I want to say is everybody told me that the study is not active. There's not much going on in the study. That's the only place, well, the second to only place that I actually captured some crazy EVPs.
Oh, cool.
So we had some guests with us as well, like that were part of the investigation. Yeah. So the other people that you see in the were just kind of other people that kind of came along for the tour.
We're gonna have to go there and like just rent the whole team.
We already talked about that.
That place is so cool. Yeah.
So, but also, not only can you see the evidence that, or the captures that I'm going to play here, but you can also use it as a reference to Franny's video because it's the same location.
Yeah, and I'm.
Yeah, they can watch the trip part. To me. Are you here? And it came from that way, down the stairs to me. Who's here? Did you just walk to me?
Shut your mouth. Oh my God.
Oh, shit. I just started getting the documents.
Oh my God.
That's what I've been trying to do all night.
Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Sorrel.
Thank you for letting that up for us.
That's really cool.
She got her money's worth,
Yeah.
right?
A few times.
I love that reaction. I was cracking up.
Well, you know what's funny is she was in the carriage house with us, and
That video is funny.
I hope she's not watching.
I hope she is.
I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little frustrated because we're investigators. We do this on a regular basis.
Yeah.
We like to be quiet and do EVP sessions, but I also have to understand that we're at a very famous haunted
That's why
location.
I was putting up this question just before, and sometimes it does. It just depends who you're with. Some people can be obnoxious, and some people they seriously want to get evidence. So if you get a good group, you can get some pretty good stuff.
I would say it. I wouldn't say it hinders the activity. I would say it introduces a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of interference. And it's tough, when there's a lot of people.
It also depends on the people's vibe. I think if you get a good vibe, you get more activity. If you get a crappy vibe, you don't get anything. Like I've noticed, because we do a ton of events.
Well, so a cool thing with this place is at the end of the night, you actually even do a wrap up session with everybody.
Yeah.
So
I
you
played
go
all my EVPs and everybody.
I bet you guys were showing up.
Everybody was like, "What?" Because we were getting stuff where people were like, "No, didn't hear anything, didn't feel anything, then nothing," and we're like, "Oh yeah, we got something there. We had this go off. We have EVPs here. We have that," and people were like, "Holy crap!" How did you guys? And we're like, because we're freaking awesome. That's why. We're War Party Paranormal representing in Georgia.
We know what we're doing.
Better recognize.
So this clip here, it's not paranormal. I looked at it a couple times, but it's just funny. So I'm gonna play it.
This is a good follow up after that.
I'll tell you what happened if you don't catch it during the thing afterwards.
What are you trying to say? Matilda, is that you still?
Can you remember our names?
I said I was trying to get your truth out. And you've been trying to get your truth out all along. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Who else is in this room?
That's what I'm feeling. Like full body chills right now. Ugh. Oh, Jesus, God. Ugh. Ugh. What the heck? Is there something on my back? Like right here.
No.
No? Oh. Okay. Did you touch me?
What fell?
My K2. With the K2, I have my Holy moly. Oh. Did you just touch me, Matilda? Francis, was that you?
She came and brought her A game.
At least it was just the K2. I was kind of worried, what did she drop? Oh my god.
Well, you can hear me in the background. I'm like, no.
And I'm in the far end, close to Molly's room, with her daughter doing a spirit box session, and we just hear this crash, and we turn around, we're like, all right, and then just keep going about her.
If you didn't notice, she had her back was exposed because of her shirt. And she stepped back and she backed into the shirt that was hanging on the wall, and it just barely touched her, and it felt like something touched her, and she did a 360 and threw the K2 meter down the stairs.
That was epic.
I was so frustrated. I was like, I got up and actually walked.
Mike took a timeout after that.
No, it could have been worse though, because luckily, we had our own group, that they let us do our thing. But there was an obnoxious girl that she was trash, drunk with her friend, and she was in another group, and she actually got kicked out of the Sorrel Weed House. And I heard later on, and I saw the footage going back, and I think what she did was actually at the carriage house, that same location. She was trash, and she was putting her legs on top of the staircase and sleeping and passing out. I remember she was making jokes when they're giving us the tour. So they're being super annoying. I was like, oh my god, thank God, they're not with us. Yeah, and just stuff like that.
The historical,
we kick those people
super
out.
rude. Yeah,
we kick those type of people out in our events.
Yeah,
They
it's
won't
super
last a second.
disrespectful. But looking back at the of course, knowing that you're just like as an investor, like that's super disrespectful. But I'm not gonna lie, just like going back at the footage and just seeing that, like I was cracking up because they were like trash and like like it was bad. It was bad. But don't do that. Don't drink and go to an investigation.
Yeah,
No, drink after the investigation. As this is Savannah.
Celebrate.
And Savannah, one of the great things
Yeah.
about Savannah for all my drinkers, you can walk around the streets with an open container. It is glorious. I had a beer in my hand.
Glorious.
It's
It's
glorious.
glorious,
I had a
darling.
beer in my hand. I think the
Joe had
entire-
a beer helmet with the straws going to his mouth.
If I could have, I would have.
Yep. That's a different kind of spirit, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Right.
I would have had a War Party Paranormal like logo on the front of my beer helmet. Come at me.
But Mike, it's we're just past that halfway point.
Okay.
We got some
All right.
things to share, but first, a big shout out to all our fans who keep bringing their engagement to our shows. We love you, and
Yes, we do.
yeah. So we got some announcements.
Also, real quick,
Let's
guys,
share with
if
you.
you're here for the first time and watching and listening to us, make sure you subscribe and hit like and comment and all that fun stuff that everybody always asks to do. It
Please.
really does help us out and grow our reach. So definitely do that for us. We appreciate it. And then we also got another little something for you that we're going to tell you right after this word from our sponsor.
What's up, my paranormal peeps? I'm Eric Vanderlaan, and I'm the host of War Party Paranormal Radio, and also the team leader of War Party Paranormal Research. And we got an exciting announcement to let you guys know tonight, and it involves stuff like this, and my co-host is going to tell you all about it.
What's up, guys? I'm Mike Delcoro with War Party, obviously. We are a technical team, and we always have people ask us, where can we get equipment like this? Well, you can get it from the ghosthunterstore.com. We got a nice little sponsorship worked out with them. We're going to be doing some giveaways, so stay tuned. Very, very cool, and go check them out at theghosthunterstore.com.
Peace.
Go get your money, people.
Do it.
Definitely.
We're going to be doing the raffle at the beginning, the first episode in the beginning of September after the holiday. So all you got to do is just not in the live chat over here, but actually in the comments for the YouTube video. If you put Savannah in the comments, you'll be entered for a chance to win a $50 gift card from the Ghost Hunter store. Also, if you use the promo code Ghost Gone Wild, you get an extra discount on any equipment.
Like Girls Gone Wild?
No, Ghost Gone Wild.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yeah. No, or
Sure. I don't know.
PG.
People may want to hear what they want to hear, so
PG.
make that clear.
PG-13.
Yeah,
PG-13.
definitely.
All right.
Yep. And
All right.
what? Yeah. So speaking, we were just talking about liking and subscribing. One of our team member, Franny here, she has something special to tell you all, and then we're going to share it for season 2.
Ooh,
Supernatural.
that's right. I got the trailer out. So season 2, Supernatural Eye. Check it out. You can check it out on my YouTube channel. So Supernatural Eye, and it'll be releasing here October 19th. So check it out. It's going to be involving War Party Paranormal and these guys over here, and a couple more of my team members. So it's going to be fun.
It's going to be good.
Yeah.
How do I
Mike's
interview
in it too.
myself?
Oh, yeah.
Do I get to interview myself?
Well, I'm not going to, there's going to be a special episode pretty much where.
Yeah, you're going to have a
switch up.
surprise interviewer.
Surprise.
I can't give out too much details, but.
So let's roll this sucker. You guys want to check it out? You guys want to see Franny's trailer or what?
Let's do it.
Here we go.
Coming up on season 2 of Supernatural Eye.
I always do that.
Okay.
Did I hit? Oh, the wall.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. Okay. Just making sure.
Probably think that's fun.
Inside my shadow, I can hear you. Am I near you? Inside my shadow, I can smell you. Can't tell you. Inside my shadow, I can love you. I think I need you. Inside my shadow, I can feel you. I've erased you.
Woo!
Yeah.
Big shout out to
coming
Modern
up.
Mimes too.
Yes, I was just gonna
By
say
the way,
that.
Ernesto, the guitarist of Modern Mimes, and our team member, pretty much all the music that you listen to is in our videos that we show here. And just hit up Modern Mimes on Facebook or Instagram if you want to have music written for yourself for your videos. He'll help you out.
Yeah,
with that.
exactly. He actually writes music for our videos, and he'll write music for you guys too. He did the intro for Joe's podcast, FLOWEIRDA. Greetings from FLOWEIRDA. But real quick, we'll talk about all that and where to find us here shortly. We got a little bit more time. I want to see if I can squeeze in a couple more clips of activity.
Let's do it.
All right.
What do we lead into next?
Real quick, while we were talking about the study and how everybody said that they didn't get any evidence in the study, it was the only place where I could,
Get away.
So I went in there, and this is what I captured, and it's pretty nuts.
You spend a lot of time in here. I spend a lot of time in my office. Such a quiet place. You don't need to scream at me. I can hear you just fine. You talk very lightly into this recorder that I put down on this desk. Who's here with me right now? How about this? Do me a favor and prove that I'm communicating with somebody intelligent or intelligent being. What color is this light that I have on my chest?
Okay, it seems like you're starting to open up and communicate with me a little bit. I really appreciate that. Thank you. You want to hear something?
Yes.
You don't have to get that close.
Shut your mouth. Oh my God. Holy shit.
I just started getting them to talk to me. That's what I've been trying to do all night.
You're
That
like,
was
you're
really
like, don't
nice.
you get near my DR60. You
Yeah, I was
see
like, don't
at
get close.
10 feet back.
Don't get close.
Right? Hey, but real quick, we got some compliant regulations that we got to follow for tonight because we're at that mark because this show is going so fast. So, for you people listening to the show on the KGRA Digital Broadcasting Network, they're going to be signing off soon. But the people that are at the War Party YouTube and Facebook, we're going to continue. And by the way, KGRA Digital Broadcasting Network is incredible. We're not the only show there. They got a bunch of different shows. They got MUFON. They talk about UFOs. They talk about cryptids. They talk about paranormal. They got big names. They got the guy from Ghost Hunters, the Bishop. What's his name?
John
Mike?
Long.
Bishop Long.
Yep, he's on there. So yeah, check him out.
Absolutely. Thank you. Big shout out to KGRA Digital Broadcasting Network for hosting our show. And now I think I have the best capture that we captured that night. I saved it for the end. First, I'm going to play the TikTok I made. And then,
by the way, I got one quick shout out. I know we're like shouting out like all night
Do
long,
it.
but I might as well throw in another one. For those of you that didn't know, my DR60 had been in the shop for some tune-ups, and Zap and my buddy over here, Mike, they got that thing working like a badass. I mean, the speaker is awesome. It's clear. It's loud.
I told Zap he loosened it up for me.
I got something at my house that freaked me out, so I know it's working. So yeah, shout out to
Yeah. So by the
those
way,
two
guys,
dudes.
if your speaker's going bad in the DR, I can fix it for you.
Yeah, he knows it's easy.
Yeah, they're not
it's
allowed
very-
in my house.
Very, very complex and it's very expensive.
All right. Hey, what's up,
so-
Jessica?
So real quick, I forgot one more. There's one more in the same area. So this area is in the basement where they used to do the owner's brother used to do surgeries there for amputees and different things for soldiers that were wounded in war. And I think his outcome was about 50%. He lost about 50% of his patients. There was bones and stuff found down there. There's all kinds of crazy stuff. This is in the basement, super spooky. And there's this little area where it's like a breezeway, and they call it Shadow Man Alley. And Joe saw something down there, and I tried to capture it with my camera, and
something.
Then we got an EVP, and then I did capture something on the camera. So first I'm going to show the clip of where we're talking
I'm so
about.
jealous I haven't been there and you guys have. But go ahead, show it.
We go back. We'll go back. I'll go back.
It's
right
not.
now.
It's not going anywhere.
No, but still.
That's fine.
Can you tell us what your name is?
Okay.
That's cool.
That's enough, Joe.
That's enough, Joe.
Because I was telling Mike at the time.
They
I
get
was like,
scared of the puma, so they don't want to mess with that.
well, like Mike, like you can't see it there, but like that clip of showing the breezeway. To the left of that is this big open area where there's a fireplace on the other side of that wall and a table where they would prepare meals and they would do housework. This was the area more for the servants. And I go and I peek into into Shadow Man Alley, and I start looking down, and I just see a man like standing there. I see a dark figure, and on the right there are some windows that lead out to the street, but I could see this just dark shadow just standing up in front of there, arms to his side, and with the light I could actually make out its left shoulder and his hand. And I was like, come here. Like, I didn't want to take my eyes off of it. And I was telling Mike, I was like, come here. So we immediately like jumped into an EVP session. That's where Mike got that.
And then I set my camera down on the floor, and we kind of backed up, and we were just sitting there watching, and so was the camera. And I didn't notice anything at the time with my eyes, but when we went back and reviewed the footage, I found this. So that
That's
wasn't
awesome.
That was really good.
I mean, I'd be humming that TikTok tune.
That's so creepy.
Like, that's how
so
incredible it is.
that wasn't a bunch of
Very
shadow
cool.
figures. It was just looped, so you could see
Yeah,
it.
but
There
still,
was-
that's really cool.
And yeah, you could see it kind of dissipate. And then also I put the raw clip so you guys could see what it looked like raw. That was after, edited, looped, brightened. But this is the raw footage. It's only 6 seconds long.
And that hallway's super creepy. Like, I think out of all the areas, like, to me, that felt like the heaviest. I don't know why. I think the carriage house, like where Molly's bedroom was at, I felt like there was more sadness, like more like that was like just like a depressing like area. Like, I don't know, like it's just like sad to me. I don't know, maybe just because I know the history about what happened. But that where you captured that little shadow going in, like that definitely was very like a creepy hallway. Like definitely was pretty heavy.
So this is the 6 second raw footage. See, it's hard to pick up, but I saw it when I was going through and reviewing it. It's right in the beginning. You could see it.
Yeah.
It's really faint, but yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
Also,
when Mike sent that to me, I was like, "Holy crap, dude!" Like,
there was
your
nothing.
footage, people.
Yeah.
And I was like, I
I
told you, I freaking told you, I saw somebody
And
standing.
then the other girl that was with you walked over after all this, and she said she saw something there
in the same spot where I saw it. And then I went over and described, and she was like, exactly what you're saying. Like, so we got validation 3 ways there, basically.
So we got 4 minutes until we got to call it for the radio side and for the KGRI side. So I actually have a couple photos that Joe took, and I could pop them up here, and you could talk about it as it's on the screen. So what do we got going on here?
All right. So this was actually taken at the Moon River Brewing Company. It's on Bay Street in Savannah. It's another one of the most haunted locations in Savannah.
They got really good cold beer, by the way.
They have very good cold beer. Go during fall where they have their sweet potato beer, and it is freaking amazing.
I'm there.
Yeah, it's great. So this was actually the first time that my wife and I went to Savannah, and we did a pub crawl, walking ghost tour, and we ended up like the last stop was Moon River Brewing. So they take us upstairs, with the whole group, and we're just listening to the story and this and that. So we go down. We had made a couple friends on the tour, so we decided, all right, let's have a beer, and we start talking with them. And me and one of the other girls on the tour were like, you know what? Let's see if we could go back up and just take a couple pictures. Like now that there's nobody there.
And these are 3 pictures side by side, right?
No, this is the same.
No, this is the same picture. So I'm walking. This is on the second.
Right, the
floor.
same picture, but 3. They're side by side. There's 3 of them.
Correct.
The one on the right's blown up. That's like over the shoulder.
Yeah,
Correct.
the left one is the original. The right one is enhanced, and then the furthest one to the right is zoomed in on the face.
Yeah. So we go up, and we're just talking and snapping pictures. So it was just me and the young lady that's in the photo here up there. This part of the building has not been restored. It's all original from the 1800s. This building was the oldest hotel in Savannah at one point.
That's a really good capture.
And it is also was used as a hospital during the yellow fever epidemic, especially the 3rd and 4th floors. And they would basically, like, there was no room. There were so many sick people. They would crowd hundreds of people into this one giant area that's on the 4th floor. We can't get access to it right now. With one fireplace. So these people are, freezing, dying, everybody up there. I think over 1,000 people died there. I don't have the numbers in front of me. So we walk up there after getting permission, and we just start snapping photos. And, we go about the rest of our night, go back downstairs, and we get back to our hotel room, and I'm just starting to go through the pictures, and I started looking, and I was like, what the hell is that? So I start and I zoom in, and I freaked out. I was like, holy crap, I cannot believe what I just captured here at this place. Again, I was not investigating. I don't know how many beers deep by that point. But I captured this picture there, and I am dying to get in there to be able to do a real deal investigation.
Yeah,
So,
we should do both. Go up there.
There's
Yeah.
so many spots. We got
the
to
whole
get back
town.
up there.
I tell people all the time, they're like, how haunted is Savannah? I was like, you could spit in Savannah and hit a ghost. It's so damn haunted.
So here's another photo that Joe took as well, and I'll pop that up, and then you can explain this.
All right. This is actually at the Sorrel Weed House from the courtyard outside in the back. I took this picture the first time that I went and investigated the Sorrel Weed House. My buddy Javi Marban, he's in the chat right now. He was with me. He actually, it's funny because he forgot his cell phone at home. So I gave him my phone I was like, just start snapping pictures. Like, make sure you're taking 2-3 pictures at a time, just at the same direction.
You can really see it when you blow it up on a screen.
Yeah, man. That thing
it's amazing.
Is standing there. This was before we had started the tour. We were just waiting to get going because at the beginning you meet in the carriage house and they start going over the rules before they actually walk in. And this is the entrance to the basement area from the outside courtyard.
Yeah,
so
this is very close to where I captured that shadow.
Yeah, so Javi, I give you full credit on this picture, brother. This was
really
all
good.
you. Yeah. This and you can see that top pane. I mean, you could see the legs. You could see through it. To the other side.
Yeah.
It even looks like he's wearing a hat. From what I could see.
And that's what they report. That's what
the shadow
looks like a hood.
Well, so the Battle of Savannah during the Revolutionary War took place on the square right across the street from this place. So this house was actually used as a field hospital. It was taken over by the British. So there, we believe that the Shadow Man can be a British soldier that was here, that was doing his rounds, looking out, like I said, out the window, down on Shadow Man Alley. It was also taken over during the Civil War. You had the house was visited by a bunch of General Lee came and visited the house, a bunch of other Confederates. It was actually owned at a period. I wouldn't say owned. I would just say taken over by another Confederate general at the time. So, there's so much history in this house. The story of
Franciscan. That's what kindred. That's what it looks like to me, like a monk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Something.
By the way, Bigfoot Annan wants to know when we're coming up to Panhandle. We're supposed to be going up for the North Florida Paracon, but I haven't heard back from Bigfoot Stacy. Tell him to give me a shout back.
Holler at your boy.
Holla. All right.
So let me get back to here. And then last but not least, for everybody that's local, we got an event coming up.
Yeah, we do.
At the Gold Coast Railroad Museum, which is super haunted. We've had an episode on it. And if you guys are looking to come out and check it out with us, go back and watch the episode on it. It's
$30 a ticket with a drink. Can't beat that.
Are you peeking around the photo like this?
Yeah, I'm looking around.
By the way,
what's up, Pete?
Hey, friends.
$30.
Comes with a drink, non-alcoholic.
Come on.
Hollywood Square.
I was having fun with it. I was like,
get
get
to
your
hang out
tickets.
with us. We're fun people. You can tell here.
All right.
So, also, since we promoted everything else, Joe has an awesome podcast cranking out.
Yeah, I do.
Tell us about it.
So, okay, we're after 10 o'clock, so I could give the accurate description.
You could drop the F-bombs.
All right.
You gonna sing some Jimmy Buffett?
Well, strumming my 6-string on my front porch swing. All of those tourists covered in oil.
Yeah.
Okay, no, see that's my that's my poetry, slam poetry, Jimmy Buffett there. So I started a podcast. It's called Greetings from FLOWEIRDA, where we explored all the history, mystery, legends, and lore of the Sunshine State. And I decided to do this just because I wanted to show people how much of a fucked up, weird place we live in. We got some crazy ass history. We have some crazy ass haunted locations. We've had UFO encounters, some of the best in history ever recorded. We've got cryptid encounters, cold cases. We've been a hunting ground for serial killers. You name it, Florida has got it. So if you're interested in all that stuff, go check it out.
I think if you're hearing this, you might.
Hopefully.
And it's a.
So what's the first thing that comes to mind when you think of Florida? I'm sure some of you will imagine soaking up the sun on one of our world-renowned beaches or cooling off in one of our refreshing natural springs. Others will imagine dancing all night in one of Miami's famous nightclubs, or maybe taking in some thrills and chills in one of our many amusement parks. We may be the vacation capital of the United States, but there's a darker side to Florida, one that you may not have heard of. We are home to the elusive Skunk Ape and to some of the most well-documented UFO encounters in history. We've been a hunting ground for some of America's most vicious serial killers, and we have more haunted locations than I could even begin to count. The Sunshine State is full of stories like these and more. So come on down south and get ready, because shit's about to get weird. Yeah.
All right.
That was like a little Wayne's World.
I'm
air
always
guitar
jamming
there.
out to that little.
Right? Isn't it awesome?
I'm probably saying it wrong, but yeah, it's good.
We got one more announcement, but give me a couple of minutes here, Sam. I'm uploading it.
You can have moments.
For people that don't know, the theme song is actually our state song. Here in Florida, and I asked Ernesto, when I asked him to help me with the theme song for the show, I was like, this is what I want, and he freaking nailed it. I was like, I want like the old school, banjo playing backwoods Florida, real Florida, and then I wanted to go into like a punk rock heavy like riff of our state song, and he freaking nailed it. So shout out to Ernesto, Modern Mimes. Guys, I made a post recently. Eric mentioned it. They are helping people with their own music for your own content. So if you guys want some killer music for your stuff, go reach out to Modern Mimes. You can reach out on their website, www.modernmimes.com.
Royalty free.
Royalty free and customized just for you. Or at their email, modernmimesmusic@gmail.com. And besides that, go check out my show. You might learn something.
So what's you got an episode Wednesday coming out, right?
Yes, I do.
What's that one?
So Wednesday, we're heading down to Key West.
Ew.
And we're going to be talking about a love story. A very fucked up love story.
Ooh, I love those. Those are the best.
Yeah, it's gonna get gross. Is all I can say.
Ooh.
And I can't wait for you all to get gross with me.
Oh, I like where this is heading.
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Heck yes.
It's gonna be dirty.
Check it out, y'all.
And stinky.
So we were just talking about our Ghost Hunting on the Rails event, but right after that, we're gonna have another event, and I'm gonna play that one.
Who's coming to PalmCon? War Party Paranormal Investigations, that's who. War Party brings their collective experiences and expertise to their clients so they don't have to live in fear. With over 100 collective years of experience between their members in the paranormal field, their team is comprised of experts in the unknown. Come to PalmCon September 17th at the Palm Beach County Convention Center and find out all about the haunts and spooks of Florida from War Party Paranormal Investigations. Tickets are on sale right now at palmcon.net. Check that out, and we'll see you September 17th at the Palm Beach County Convention Center. Take care, everybody. Bye.
Do yourself a favor. If you're in the West Palm Beach area,
come on by.
Let us yell at you.
Yes. By the way, shout out to Ernesto, seriously, with those tunes, because he's working a little something for my intro song of the new season of Supernatural Eyes. So I'm not going to give that out yet until the episode gets released. But yes, big shout out to him. He's very talented and so good at what he does. So second that, Joe.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, very talented.
All right.
That's the only reason why I'm friends with him. He's a good dude.
Check out Modern Minds, by the way.
Yep. So I got one more little signing off here clip. It's the same EVP, the one I asked what the color of the light in the office is. And I'm gonna share that real quick.
You don't need to scream at me. I can hear you just fine if you talk very lightly into this recorder that I put down on your desk. Who's here with me right now? How about this? Do me a favor and prove that I'm communicating with somebody intelligent or intelligent being. What color is this light that I have on my chest?
The color red.
Yeah, I couldn't make out what he was saying, or who or he or she or whatever it was, but whatever was being said in the middle of it, I couldn't make it out. But there's definitely something there. Yeah, I mean, you could see it, you could hear it. I just couldn't make it out. But yeah, Savannah, Georgia, very spooky, very haunted. Awesome, not far away, really. I mean, in all retrospect,
at least for us.
For us.
Do you guys think it's the most haunted city in the United States? Because there's a battle between Savannah and New Orleans, and I haven't checked out New Orleans yet to determine this. But what do you guys think?
I have been to New Orleans. New Orleans is another awesome city full of amazing history. Some of the coolest cemeteries that you'll visit, they're all above ground because they couldn't dig because it's literally was a dredged swamp. I personally, just because of how small Savannah is and how much everything is like on top of each other, how every street was a damn cemetery, pretty much. I think that Savannah takes it. I mean, we went to a couple places where we went to this like metaphysical shop, which was right on Wright Square, which was the original hanging square. And there's a plaque on the building outside, and it says that this is the original site of the cemetery. And, back then when they were building this stuff, they weren't moving bodies. They were literally just
they built over everything.
Boom,
popped right on top of it. And right behind that is 14 West Oglethorpe, which is another mansion. It's a restaurant now, Husk, really good food, but another like really haunted place. I mean, like I said, you could literally spit and hit a fucking ghost in this place. Like, it is stupid haunted. So
I say what 305 say. I say it's all of us and everyone in the chat. We just get some Greyhound buses and we all go.
Let's do it.
Right?
I agree.
I've done that drive to New
school
Orleans.
bus. I'm talking about Greyhound.
Ugh. that drive to New Orleans is no joke.
It'll be a wall party.
Is it intense?
It's okay. I love our state, but goddamn,
it takes forever to get out of it.
So freaking long to get off. Especially, it's like, okay, now I-10 and take that all the way through the freaking Panhandle. Once you get out of Florida,
you just went through the whole Florida.
You're in New Orleans in 2 hours. Once you get out of the Panhandle, you cross literally into 3 states within 2 hours.
We didn't talk about Gallo Wessel. Island of the Bones.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
But I'll be
Also known
talking
as Key
about
West.
that on Wednesday.
On Wednesday.
Yeah. I had to throw that in there.
So, guys, like I said, follow all of us. Check it out. Follow, subscribe, like, share things, whatever it is. Do it all. We got a big shout out to these two talented people down here, and of course, our host Eric Vanderlaan.
Yep. Thank you. And our co-host.
And I'm here. And
by the way, he was just on a podcast, and like right when that was done, he hopped on here right when the intro was running.
So yeah, no, actually, speaking of New Orleans, they broadcast on terrestrial radio, on FM radio out of New Orleans. So I was just on the radio there. That was pretty cool, and it was actually a really cool show. If you guys want to check it out, it's the Horsefly Chronicles. It's a couple that had me on their show, and we talked about investigating and different things and different experiences that I have had, and some of the stuff they got going on in their house that they live at. That's some dark stuff going on there. So check them out, Horsefly Chronicles. And you know what? We were talking, and it might be good to have them here on our show one time. So look out for that, but definitely go check them out and check me out.
I got a quick question for everyone in the chat. How did you all like our live paranormal investigation last week? You think we should do more of those?
Yeah, exactly. Good question.
Let us know in the chat. But that's what we're planning on doing. We're just trying to think how we can make it easy on a Monday, because you know how Mondays are.
They're rough.
But we want to do more, that's for sure.
I do have to comment, Joe. I feel like there's like a hand reaching out to your head every time I look at your background.
Yeah, it's the
Me
microphone.
too.
Right?
I was just gonna say that.
I'm like, ooh, you're making the Sorrel Weed House, like hyping it up here with the spook effects. What's going on? It's like a hand reaching out to your head. Like,
all right, so Dan said he's in. He loved it.
It's not uncommon. They got some spooky ookies going on here.
All right, cool. So liked it.
Cat, don't tell Katie.
So everybody, it looks like the consensus is that they liked the live. It was good.
All right,
it's good live.
Thank you guys.
We'll do more of those. We'll be bringing that.
So let's go ahead and put her to sleep. Franny, where can they find
Mikey's
you?
tired.
Mikey's tired.
Sleepy.
He's got the sweepies.
Man, I just did a double header.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, unless you guys want to stay on and BS. What do you think?
No, we're good.
Okay.
Let's have everyone do a shout out.
I don't want to be a party pooper.
I could talk about drinking in Savannah all day. I mean, I'll go hunting in Savannah all day.
Let's just go to Savannah. Let's call it
Let's
quits.
go.
Let's just go right now.
Let's go right now.
Let's do it.
I got a couple hours left.
We'll call the gang, get a charter bus. Let's go. Let's do it.
We'll hop in my Kia.
You got it.
Kia.
Yeah.
All right. So, Joe, why don't you plug yourself right quick?
Don't plug yourself. That sounds disgusting. Tell us where people can find you.
Plug it's cool.
I was gonna take it really far, but I'm not.
Yeah, don't.
Okay. You could find me. You could find me
Young Cafecito
at Joe Hunts Ghosts on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. And you could find Greetings from FLOWEIRDA pretty much on any podcast player right now. I put it out all over the place and on YouTube. But you can find all the links at www.floweirdapod.com.
Check them out.
Yep.
Come get spooky with me.
And that cafecito. On deck.
Exactly.
All right, Franny, where can they find you?
Yes, so you can find me on YouTube, Supernatural Eye, and stay tuned for that season 2 of Supernatural Eye. It's coming to you hot. And you can also find me on Instagram, supernatural_eye. So that's where you can find me.
Drop it like it's hot.
Hey.
All right.
And big shout out to Mike as my interviewer, Eric as my video editor.
That's him.
Ernesto with those fire jams, and all my team members, because they're going to
That's
be
the
on
rest
it.
of us.
Yeah. And the cool thing is not so much you get to know more about me, you get to know more about them. So that's what the season's about.
The whole crazy
Me joining War Party
Paranormal
and my War
family.
Party fam. You got it.
Yeah,
Check it
we're
out.
Crazy bunch of individuals.
It will be loud.
They will.
Oh, real quick. I forgot. Oh, it's not my turn yet.
Go. No, it is yours. Go.
Oh, okay. So You can follow me up
Your
there. Ghost Hunter South Florida. I don't know if you guys caught it, but I had it messed up last time. I don't know if anyone knew. But either way, you can find me there on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. More importantly, War Party Paranormal. You can follow. You can go to our website and everything's there. Everything imaginable. warpartyparanormal.com. And tell all your friends about our show. Get them to subscribe, to get on the chat. More people, the better. Bigger the party, the better. And also, one thing we've been plugging people left and right. Para Experience 2022 in Virginia City. We're going to be there. And for ticket info, you can go to paraexperience.net. And I repeat, paraexperience.net. September 16th, I believe, through 18th. Virginia City, Nevada. It's
you guys take over the whole city, man. That's going to be awesome.
Yep.
I'm really excited for that.
We're invested. We're going to have we're going to have 6 different locations. Patty Negree's
I want the
be
whole
there.
gang to roll up, Hey, let's roll those.
Cassie in the chat's going to be there.
Yes, she is.
If my OnlyFans blows up from here to then maybe I can make it out there. I don't know.
And go check out our friend Cassie from Weeping Willow Paranormal.
Absolutely, she's always here supporting us, and we appreciate her.
YouTube.
And she'll be a talent too at PEX, so come check us out.
Yeah, she's putting out some great content too, for sure. So make sure you go check it out.
Yes,
Weeping Willow Paranormal.
She's from the land up north in Canada.
Ooh, our neighbors.
Yep.
All right.
Bring me a donut.
Last and least, we got all my stuff. You could find all the different social medias. It's easiest if you just go to the website, FLAparanormalresearcher.com, and you can find all the content, different clips and things that we talk about there on my YouTube and my Instagram and all that fun stuff, TikTok and blah, blah, blah. So thank you guys again for coming out and joining us this fantastic Monday night.
Thank you. And you're going to take us home? You're going to take this thing to bed?
Let's do it. I'm ready.
All right.
Hi,
See you guys. See you next
Good night.
Monday.
Good night.
Thank you.
Bye.